Heyo! Welcome to Omnibros Live on a Friday night where we have special guest Dom of X from comicreleases.com. How are you doing, buddy?
I am doing all right. I hope you're having a good evening. It's still, you know what? I'm still trying to adjust to the fact that at 5 p.m. it's already like legitimately dark outside. Um,
Yeah.
and in California too, like when you're expecting the sun and expecting the heat, it always feels weird to like, oh, I look out the window. Wait, why is it so dark already? And I remember, oh wait, it's the middle of winter.
Yeah. Lou will be joining us in a sec. We're going to be actually using Dom's website tonight, comicreleases.com, because we're going to be talking about collected editions we're excited for in the year 2020 freaking 5. Yes, it's true. It's 2025. I can't believe it.
It feels weird.
But I'm glad I'm just here. Peace and love. I'm glad I'm here. Also, I'm working on a migraine. So my wife gave me her recipe. I don't have any of my meds left right now. Oh, here's Lou. I'll finish my sad story in a sec. Lou, this is Dom. Dom, this is Lou.
Hello. Nice
Nice to meet you.
I'm working on a migraine. So the since I don't have any of my migraine meds here, I'm having Diet Coke, chocolate, and I had like a handful of Tylenol. So
sorry, man.
I know. I haven't had one in so long. It just popped up. So, but Dom has, Lou, Dom is a major player in comicreleases.com, and we can use that tonight if we get to the topic.
Okay.
It's always a question if we'll actually get to the topic of what we're excited for coming up in the year 2025. And I think one of your New Year's resolutions, Lou, is you're actually going to try to read some comics again. Is that right?
Yeah, my goal is actually to split up my time a little bit more with the funny books, because last year was particularly bad on my end as far as that goes. So
yeah, and you are on a show right now that talks about comic books. So
on occasion, yes.
Well, that is true. I can't jam you up there because a lot of times we talk about coconut cream pie or something. Was that Omar texting you right then?
Yeah, I was just checking to make sure something was up. But yeah, we're good. But yes,
I'll bug him right now and tell him to leave you alone. Just a sec. Wait, where is he?
I love how people know that as just like, oh, it's the
leave Dom alone! Exclamation point. He's on my show right now, you jerk! Exclamation point. Okay, message sent. Yeah, we all recognized. Kane recognized the. We all recognized the text noise. Thank you, Matt. I feel better. Good to see you in here. Marvel Bab, who hasn't missed a show in 7 years, which is awesome. Cage is here. Good to see you. Cross promotional website access for the new year. I don't know about access, but yeah, you could. Oh, here's Voracious Reader. Welcome, Voracious Reader. Look at her doggy. Good to see you, Voracious. Here's my Discord. That's where I talk to Voracious and Kane, and James. And he says you're about to get written up. What should I say to that? Let's see. He has a hall pass from me. Principal Skinner. There's my Discord where I talk to people like Voracious Reader, James here. I talk to James in there. Who else do I talk to? Well, Beyond Comics is from New Zealand, and he is going to be on my show. I think the next month. I can't repeat this on air. His response. Beyond Comics, a Kiwi, yeah. Sasmurf, what up? Good to see you. Jewish Dragons, I talk to him occasionally in Discord. Omnibros Lives, good to see you, Chris. Original Recipe. Spooey, it begins. Doc Elevator, I just sent in our invoice to instocktrades.com. Wait, okay, wait, I already screwed up. I haven't, thank goodness I saw that. I just sent it. Doc Elevator won the gift card on Monday. And so we will talk about instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30 up to 60% off, because they have a sale going on right now. End of the year sale. I think it's still up. If it's not, write to Omar about it. Take all your complaints about the show to very fine condition.
Yeah, I think the sale ended on the 1st of January this year. So
okay, well then it's not there anymore. But they still have great prices, 30 to 50% off. Then maybe you'll find Micronauts for 70% off still. I don't know. It's possible. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount. And this is January, brand new month. So we will be giving away the IST gift card again. $50 worth of credit at instocktrades.com, where $50 in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's instocktrades.com. Woo! Excuse me. Right. There we go. Okay, where is everything? Turn it off. Okay, everything's fine. So, Tom and Lou, you both live in two of the sunniest places in the United States. You couldn't even conceive of what happened to me today. At 4 o'clock, all of a sudden, the weather alarm started going off on my phone. Then I looked out the window. It was pounding snow and thunder was happening. I got my first hit of thunder snow, which is incredibly rare, but it was my first snow squall. I've been living here since 1986, which is way longer than either of you have been alive. And I found out a snow squall is a surprise storm that just hits out of the blue and starts sending down, and I started hearing sirens in the distance because nobody was ready for it. So, there were tons of car accidents, and it snowed for a solid hour and a half, and it thunder snowed 3 times, which is way rare.
That's different.
If you'd like to see the greatest video on YouTube, you could go to my Discord where I posted it in the general chat, and that is Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel being songified into when he experienced thunder snow for 6 times and goes crazy. It's so great. It is such a great video. It goes absolutely crazy. And they songified it.
I've never heard of it.
Let it snow, let it snow.
You've never heard of thunder snow?
No, this is the first time I've heard of thunder snow.
Yeah, sure. Because you live where Publix has great sandwiches, and
It's true.
It's Florida. And Dom has access to In-N-Out. So
2 minutes away from my house.
Oh my God! Why did I invite you on the show?
That's
almost as bad as Jake.
that would be terrible for my health.
2 minutes away from your
That's
show.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Lou, the winner of OmniDog's Vault Breaking News with the nicest piano.
It's true.
I don't think he's a double agent. I've had him on enough times that I trust him. Discord is very chill. Just send Omar the link so we can see Tom versus Omar. That would be great. Yes, I am. And thank you for asking, James. Tomorrow, Taylor Talks Comics and I are going to be on Batter Days in the Batcave at 8 p.m., where we talk about our 2025 goals and resolutions. And James, you are not allowed to keep track of them. I promise to break every single one of them. So, James, Don't keep track.
You know he's gonna track it regardless, Chess.
Totally. He was already jamming me up about my 2024 resolution to read all of Invincible, and I had, of course, forgotten that. End of the year sale links vanished, but several actually still are on sale if you search by publisher discount. Thank you, Spooey. That's In Stock Trades, of course. Nice jersey, Dom. Who's on the back of your jersey? Do you have a player to be named
I
later?
do indeed.
Ohtani.
This was given to me by my mom for my birthday. So,
Oh, that's sweet. That's really
even though she hates my team, she still loves me as a person. So I'll take it.
She hates your team.
Yeah, she does. She viscerally hates all LA teams, so completely understandable.
Oh my God! Even the Rams. Oh,
I don't watch sports ball too much. So do they still? Is it the World Series hasn't happened yet, right?
Oh, it did. The Dodgers won this year.
You won this
I
year.
wish
All
I
right.
could be as out of it as Lou is. My life would be so much better if I didn't have sports in it. But Lou, Ohtani is the player that you and I talked about this year.
Yeah, I know who Ohtani is because
Okay.
everybody knows who Ohtani is this year. He was
Every
popular.
once in a while, Lou will ping me and say, "Sports ball something reference Tom Brady," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," or what? Sure.
Yeah, I know who Tom Brady is. I know Bill Belichick, who's got a 24-year-old girlfriend or something like that. That obviously, Bill Belichick's girlfriend loves him for his wonderful personality. I'm sure.
It's his personality.
Oh, 100%.
No question. Because he's such a nice guy.
Oh, he's a
sweetheart.
60-something years old. He's
72.
Dude, please, 72.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
This is like a 50-year age gap, which kind of gives me hope, but upper management has no intention of either leaving me nor dying, so forget it.
So, I mean, obviously, great personality. Nothing to do with his money.
Or power or fame, yeah.
No. Same thing with Anna Nicole Smith. She loved that old man. 100%.
That picture, wow.
Yeah.
Of that old geezer with her, I was like, oh, man.
Hey, he was happy. You know what?
Oh, sure.
You can't put a price on well, maybe you can. A couple million.
He was happy.
A couple million will make most old geezers very happy.
I just saw my first IST order was 12/29/14, so it's been 10 years and I still haven't read the big damn Sin City that I ordered. That's impressive. Mine only go back as far as I think 2015, so you have me there. Hey Colin. Yeah, we're supposed to get a lot of snow here on Monday. So you're getting it a day before us, James. It really was.
I don't know what snow is.
Yeah, I know. Stop. I hate you both. We got a snow squall yesterday here, but most of it already melted by this afternoon. We may get more. Here. Thank you, James. This is the famous YouTube.
Well, it's hold on. It's apparently going to hit 20 something here.
That's cold for Florida.
Tomorrow night, it's going to hit 20 something in certain parts of Florida. I think down here in Miami, it's going to be in the 30s to 40s. So, hey, global warming's not a thing, though. Come on. But record lows, 30 degrees. Yeah.
Global cooling.
Mm-hmm. Our climate is great. We're doing just fine.
Snownados and thunder snow is nothing compared to my -20. Are you in North Dakota, Barnacle Blake? Is that what I recall? And if so, why haven't you moved? I think you should move. I don't know. Dom, are you a big In-N-Out guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What do you usually, what's your usual order? Since I can't hate you anymore. Just tell me what your usual order is.
4x4, well done fries, and Neapolitan milkshake.
Goodness.
That you got to get those fries well done, or they're not good at all.
Jesus.
And the Neapolitan milkshake, that's great. And 4x4. I forgot that you're like 6'2" and a growing young man. I can't eat a 4x4. That's a hell of a lot of food.
It is, but it's weird because every single time I've eaten it in and out, I've always played well at basketball, like 30 minutes to an hour after.
There you go.
So now
that's my superstition that I'm running along with for however long I can do it.
What, even half an hour with all that food?
That's what I said. No, I'm
Wow.
like making all my shots. I'm like, what's happening? I mean, I'm taking it, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Wow. That's a great tradition. Thunder Snow is that short-lived Thor spin-off character from the early 90s, right? I'm sure that's funny, but I can't think of why it is. Hello, Derek. Jaggernaut from the Great White North, where it's always thunder snowing or snowing up there. Their age gap is about how far back I'm reading Marvel Comics right now. 50 years. I know who the people are. PSTS because I live in New England. Who the Patriots people? Because I live in New England. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't have a clue. PSTS. North Dakota.
I think they misspelled Pats.
Oh, Pats. Okay. I would like it if we could go without snow, but the state needs the revenue. Thanks for the invite. I did not invite you, and you were just on Monday night, dude.
Is that what that is? TFTI?
Yeah, TFTI means thanks for the invite.
Jesus I figured Christ. That out myself. Pretty good.
Yeah, you did. I'm getting old. Oh my
god. No bugs or snakes and land is cheap. Okay.
Every day I get closer and closer to that Abe Simpson quote where he's like, I thought I knew what hip was, and then something, and then one day it's going to happen to you. I forgot how exactly it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to I was going to send Jake a video to trim for me because it's the video I put up today about my Black Friday haul. Because my remote didn't work to turn off my iPhone that was filming it, so I had like 20 seconds of my getting up and going F word and turning off the camera. And Jake just goes, on your iPhone, you can just scroll back a little and clip it out yourself. I was like, oh, really? Okay. Instead of taking 5 hours to download this thing in the Google Drive. Nothing worse than soggy fries. Oh, yeah. And In-N-Outs are terrible. They have to be well done, and then they're good. Oh, Kenny just ordered a ton of McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Reeves Superman, Rebirth Supergirl, Keaton Batman, Adam West Batman, Pattinson Batman, and the CW Flash. Nice.
A lot of money, Kenny.
Dom of X. The literal recipe for success, it would seem. That's right. You're stirring it up right there. I found that I like IHOP's French fries. Okay, they figured it out for me. Thank you. Alex, with peace and love, no. He's already on. He was on Monday. We just had him on. It's Dom's turn to shine. Come on, man.
He definitely is your Jason Todd.
Right?
He really is your Jason Todd.
He's going to be stealing the wheels off my car, just like Jason Todd did.
I mean, it could be worse. He could be your Beppo or something like that, right?
My Beppo.
Or Gleek. Remember Gleek from the Super Friends?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gleek. I do remember him.
The Wonder Twins pet monkey.
Yeah, the Wonder Twins.
Nobody liked the Wonder Twins. Everybody hated the Wonder Twins and thought they were annoying. Right? At least that's how I was when I was a kid watching reruns of the old Justice League stuff. It was always, when you were on the playground, nobody wanted to be the Wonder Twins. Nobody said, yeah, I want to be an ice puddle. Or I want to be.
Nobody wanted to be the Wonder
No,
Twin.
no, nobody on the playground went, I want to be a puddle of water, or I want to be a bucket, or I want to be a hawk, or something dumb like that. Nobody likes the Wonder Twins.
So, oh, Doug disagrees. Jana was hot.
Okay, doesn't mean you want to be Jana. Anna Nicole Smith was hot back in the day. Doesn't mean you wanted to be Anna Nicole Smith.
That's true. Well, you're allowed to like the Wonder Twins, but we're just talking about playground cosplay, sort of. If Jake is Jason Todd, then is Dom Jason Todd, then is Dom Tim Drake. Totally. That is an apt comparison because Dom is an absolute wizard on the computer.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works for me, Alex.
Is Taylor your Nightwing?
Taylor, the Minister of Comics?
Minister of Comics, is he your Nightwing?
Nightwing. I think he'd be happy with that.
I think you would. Yeah. I love Taylor.
I do too. Yeah. Who would Tyler Blunt be?
Ooh.
My Mr. Mixix-Plick.
Tyler's your Cassandra Cain. How about that?
We have is it a DC Finest of Cassandra Cain?
No, hold on. Tyler's your Damien. Tyler Blunt has that just childlike enthusiasm and energy about everything.
But Damien doesn't. I think he's my Jonathan Kent.
Yeah,
you're going for that.
Yeah. That's more of a that's better. Jonathan Kent. Because Tyler is Tom Hanks in Big. If you know, but actually Tyler actually grew up and he never let go of that childhood innocence, which God bless him, because I wish I still had that.
Yeah.
I love that about him.
Yeah, 100%. Now, Dom knows everything. What's the Cassandra Cain book that's coming out? Is that a DC
Finest Cassandra Cain trade paperback that's coming out in, I'll say March?
Huh.
And
that girl? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel? Have you studied that at all for the mapping? Do you feel like it's going to be complete enough? I feel like there is a introductory. Very Fine Condition was talking about it yesterday, that there's like a Barbara Gordon appearance where Cassandra gets introduced. My Cassandra Cain knowledge is not good. I know.
Yeah. So the DC Finest trade paperback goes through issues 8 through 27 of it's of the 2000s run. The volume before, I'm going to assume, is going to be the first 7 issues along with No Man's Land, selected issues in between, sort of sparse out. Hey, this is when she pops up. But we are getting the Finest right in the right after that first arc is finished. So
okay. Oh, Marvel Bab has it. He's my Batmite. Tyler's my Batmite.
That's not bad. That is not bad. I like that.
Next Imagine, a good pull. He's my Riddler. Did you really forget the great action figure hostage crisis of 2021?
I remember that. Yeah, no, I like Batmite more. Tyler definitely is your Batmite.
Yeah, but Next Imagine has a point. He definitely made me grovel to get all those action figures that he had of mine that he had never sent. I had to make a response video saying Harley Quinn is overrated. And that got a lot of views, unfortunately. Our internet beef got a lot of views. Yeah, these were the hashtags at the time. Those DC Finest books are nice. Still waiting on Legion. Awesome gap fillers. I agree. Dom goes over.
I did get this in the mail not too long ago. There will be a first look overview on Very Fine Condition at some point. So the shelf's looking good.
You have you are collecting and reviewing all DC Finest that comes out, right?
Indeed.
So that Aquaman, what can you tell me what years it covers?
57 to 62.
Oh, wow. Cool. That's very cool.
I'm glad they're
DH?
covering the bases.
Yeah. Is that volume 1?
For Silver Age Aquaman, yes, because Golden Age Aquaman is a completely different character than this that pops up. So
I've never read Golden Age Aquaman.
There's a Golden Age Aquaman.
there's a Golden Age Aquaman.
How is
And
that?
He's definitely not Arthur Curry or Orin or whatever you'd like to call him after 1956. So
It was the cutoff. Yeah. I wonder where Geo's cutoff is. Probably the Silver Age, right?
yeah, because that's the Aquaman that I think most people are familiar with, whether
Right.
it's the guy who gets made fun of for talking to fish or the guy who's trying to prove himself that he doesn't talk to fish. So
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever tried to go back and read some of the Golden Age Superman stuff? It's not good.
I did I have the DC Finest for it. I read the first 25 issues of Action and the first 5 issues of Superman. It's better than the Silver Age stuff I've read or seen.
Okay.
I think it probably is too.
Yeah.
It is definitely a product of its time. And really they were just trying to figure it out as they went along.
Yeah, they were trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really fault them for like setting the medium because there just wasn't a medium to set behind. Like that was the first superhero. That's their first template. It's very hard to like. I could be judging it, sure, like with the lens of if I compare it to Mark Waid's Superman Birthright or anything that
That's just not
Busiek
fair.
wrote. Like I can nitpick storytelling of tools that Siegel and Schuster use, but yeah, I understand like yeah, it was made in the late 1930s. I can
Yeah.
take it for what it is. Yeah, I'm not really looking for expecting me to be blown away by it. But I think the most interesting thing about it though is that it's clearly the inspiration that Jason Aaron's using for his Absolute Superman run, which is coming out right now from DC. So that's been an interesting development.
How is that so far? I
That's
still
interesting.
haven't. That's the one Absolute book that I have yet to start. I've started the other two. Batman.
I like it less than the other two, but I still think it's good.
Okay.
I just wasn't blown away by it like I was with Batman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that seems to be the overall consensus that I've heard is that Batman was solid. It was really good. Wonder Woman was the best. And Absolute Superman, while not bad, was just
Yeah.
it was okay.
Yeah, James, I don't disagree with that. My problem is I've just been blown away by every single issue of Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Batman is just it's Snyder throwing stuff at the wall successfully. Which
Yeah.
I think just makes it more I think the other point though, Raphael Albuquerque, who collaborated with Scott Snyder on a lot of Batman projects, he was supposed to be the one to draw Absolute Superman, but his house got flooded. When the pitches started rolling in, so he had to leave the book. So they had to try to find someone else, and that's how Rafael Sandoval, who had been drawing Action Comics on Philip Kennedy Johnson's Dawn of DC run, and also the House of Brainiac crossover, he took over the book. And so far, like the art isn't like I'm looking at Hayden Sherman and Wonder Woman. I'm like, man, I'm blown away by the paneling, and same with Dragata on Batman. But Superman, I just feel like it's a stereo. It feels more like a stereotypical Earth, like your regular continuity book, than it does an Absolute book. And it's no way to disparage Aaron. It's just that I just love the other two more. Is how I feel.
I mean, you've got A+ talent on the other two books, and with again, I haven't read Superman, so I can't judge it at all. But with the other two books that we've gotten so far, they've done enough changes where it's intrigued me enough. And I didn't love Snyder's Batman. I read the first issue. I love the changes that were made, and it made it far more interesting. I'm like, oh no, you're actually doing something here with this character. It's not just another well, we're gonna tell a Batman story again. It's like, no, you're tweaking the origin enough where you're changing it, but the soul of the character seems to still be there.
Mhm.
Why Batman is the size of Bane, I'm not entirely sure, but the look doesn't necessarily bother me as much. I love the fact that he's just kind of a slum kid, that he's just
Yeah.
he's coming up from nothing. I love that they changed that. I think that's great. So I'm really looking forward to more of it.
Yeah, same here.
That's great to hear. I need to start reading these on the DC app so
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about, because this is what everybody's talking about, is these absolute books.
Yeah.
This was an interest. This past year really was the year where I think these alternate universe books have taken, to a certain extent, a lot of the limelight away from some of the main title stuff. I don't hear that much praise for the Spider-Man run, mostly because we're not good. But the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff has really stolen a lot of the spotlight from that. Same thing with all the Ultimate stuff that's been going on and all the stuff that Jonathan Hickman is seeing. The Ultimates, the number 8 that just came out, reintroduced the new Guardians of the Galaxy team for that universe, and it looks like it was a hit with a lot of people. So it seems like we are heading back to the mid 2000s, 2010s, where don't read the mainline Spider-Man book. Go ahead and just read the Ultimate Universe stuff, because the Ultimate Universe stuff is better.
So when I came into this late with the Ultimate Marvel stuff. They still had mainline Spider-Man and the Ultimate Universe, like they're doing now with the Hickman stuff and regular Spider-Man type.
Yeah,
of thing?
they're in different universes. They're just running alongside, like being published at the same time. Like people are still getting Amazing Spider-Man twice a month. I have been for like the last 2 years. So.
Okay. And so that's what they're doing at DC too. That's something I can get behind. I like having two. I love having two choices. I'm definitely probably going to be getting both when they get collected in the crappy standard hardcover that they always do. And I always say, okay, I'll get it.
Well, hey, here's something I'm looking forward to comic wise this year. We're getting a new Spider-Man team. We're getting Joe Kelly, right, who is going to be taking over as an Amazing Spider-Man. Who's the
regular
artist on
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. One and a half of the artist team is actually good. The other one,
I'm surprised that John Romita Jr. has both time to draw. He's doing a Godzilla one shot. He does something with the Marvel Universe series.
Yeah.
And then he's also doing Amazing Spider-Man, which I find, and I hope to God that they keep Pepe Larraz for as long as possible, because it just seems like because that really is what it feels like. It's like, hey, we got to get him somewhere. But Marvel, with a lot of their books now that are just running, they usually don't keep their ongoing artists for past 12 issues, if at that. So
yeah.
How's that working? Is Pepe doing one issue and
we don't know yet. We just know that they're both gonna be on the title.
I hope to God it's not going to be in the same issue, because if it is, their art style is so different between the two guys, where I love Pepe Larraza, and I hate modern day John Romita Jr.'s art. It does not work for me at all. I don't like it, and I don't think he's really drawn anything. Again, this is my 2 cents. Everybody's got a different opinion on this, right? Art is subjective, blah, 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 blah. Nothing that John Romita Jr. has drawn in the last few years makes me go, why is this dude writing the flagship title of Marvel? Why is he drawing it?
Go read Ultimates, everybody. It's one of my favorite
Ultimates.
books on the stands right now.
Go read Ultimates. Everything Ultimate. I haven't read Ultimate X-Men, so I can't judge that. But everything Ultimate that I've read so far has been great.
I think there's just 3, but then there's going to be an absolute Aquaman, right?
There's going to be an absolute Green Lantern done by Al Ewing and Janoy Lindsay on art. Absolute Martian Manhunter is a 6-issue series that I'm hoping gets extended. The same guy who's writing Ultimates, Denise Camp, is also writing Absolute Martian Manhunter with Javier Rodriguez on art. Javier Rodriguez was most recently, Jess, on the Zatanna book that you liked a lot.
Oh.
And then Absolute Flash is going to be done by Jeff Lemire and Nick Robles on art.
Ooh, that's a good team.
This
That's gonna
sounds
be
like
good.
somebody's actually really thinking at DC. And with DC Finest coming out and this absolute, I know a lot of people were skeptical about this absolute universe. And then it came out and everybody's been raving about everything.
Feels really good to be a DC fan right now. It feels as much as it's weird to say that, it does feel good to have a lot of these titles coming out. I'm so happy.
Yeah. As the youth would say, we're eating good. As
we're eating well, man. We're eating
I'd
good.
rather say we're eating well too. But the phrase seems to be we're eating good, which makes me cringe, but okay. This is a good Dom can speak to this too. Isn't it strange how Flash Silver Age feels so much better than most of the other Silver Age DC? That is totally true, Matt. Flash and Green Lantern and Doom Patrol are probably the three strongest Silver Age titles. Flash and Green Lantern, maybe because they're science. Well, maybe Doom Patrol too, because they're kind of science fiction-y. Where the other things like Superman and Batman are so clunky because they're more grounded. They're street level. Sorry, not grounded. They're on the ground more. But Flash is, and I think you just recently read the early Flash stuff,
I did.
Tom,
I
and
love it.
you really
It's
enjoyed
amazing.
it. Yeah. And that and I think I can't remember where we had this discussion, but somebody was jamming me up about somebody might have been, I can't remember if it was Monday's show on OmniBros or my own show, but somebody was jamming me up. They were kind of jamming me up because I said the Silver Age stuff wouldn't resonate with the modern reader. And they were like, well, what's the modern reader? And a lot of people had their thoughts, like somebody that's been reading 2010 till now, somebody that's been reading since 2000. But I think I've been thinking about it, and I think what the modern reader is somebody that's used to the current style of books being much more streamlined and not as much wordy exposition as the older books have. So the modern reader is used to just word balloons that are short and art that's crisp, word balloons that aren't super wordy, not a lot of exposition boxes. It's just action throughout or conversation throughout, and it's not over explained. And I think the modern reader is more used to that than what the Silver Age reader is. So that's where I'm gonna that's where I'm gonna put my stake in the ground and say that's what the modern reader is.
I think that's fair. I totally think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I totally think that's fair. I mean, even going back, read some of the old Stan Lee stuff from the heyday of Marvel when they were doing Spider-Man, when they were doing Fantastic Four and stuff like that. It's very word balloon heavy. It's very much, we're going to explain in excruciating detail every single thing that's going on in this scene, in this panel. And nowadays, it's very, all right, we're going to condense everything. We're doing 2 to 3 issue arcs, and we'll get up, bing, bam, boom. That was one of my complaints for the Scarlet Witch stuff when I reviewed it for the Patreon show. Remember, I said there is a great kernel and a concept here for an awesome story involving a certain, I won't spoil it here, a certain character that shows up in Scarlet Witch's doorstep at the end of, I think it was issue 1. And in issue 2, they solved the whole thing halfway through the issue. And I go, you have a solid concept here for a good 4 or 5 issues to explore. I don't know why you wrapped it up within half an issue, but...
So they cut it too short when they could have made it an interesting 4-issue run to you.
Absolutely. For me, absolutely. Yeah. Just because this character shows up and there's such a solid relationship And they could have explored what that relationship would be like with Scarlet Witch and with this character. And it's wrapped up too conveniently in about 15 pages in the next issue. And I'm like, come on, man. I thought that's what the book was going to be about.
But you still liked it.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And so I think this is my claim to fame for 2025 is that Scarlet Witch by Steve Orlando is what got you back into comics for 2025. James, please clip that. Okay, thank you.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit on that. Let's slow it down on that train.
I've got him clipped already. Thank you.
No. I never said such a word. No. God, no. It wasn't Steve Orlando. No, but the thing that I said the most on that Patreon stream last Sunday was I wish this felt like he had a lot more in terms of ideas, but maybe he wasn't necessarily confident that he would get to do the full thing. So it's like, we're just going to condense everything into 10 to 12 issues. Because there were kernels of really good there were concepts of a good idea. How about that? And we never necessarily got all of it expanded upon.
That's fair. Next Imaginaut has a two-parter for you, Lou, so I'll read it quickly. Lou, I would contest your assertion that Golden Age Superman is outright bad. Like many Golden Age comics, is quite rough and like Batman, very repetitive, but still, and unlike most superhero comics of that era, undeniably conceptually brilliant and like the best of Golden Age DC, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Sandman, etc., wildly imaginative.
There were a lot of drugs back then, man.
I don't think there were hardly any back then. Well, no, barbiturates. You could get barbiturates, and don't ask me how I know that. I just do. Batman Robin is really good also. Pre-thanking Jess for your sacrifice. What did I say? I was sacrificing. What am I buying? I'm just reading the absolute DC stuff on my tablet. What did I say I was buying?
You were talking about your the migraine.
I don't think. I think he's actually my migraine's actually gone. Chocolate, Diet Coke, and Tylenol. My wife is right. I feel much better.
That's a W.
Yes, it is. I will take it. Doug, what was my sacrifice? I know the first book that I'm looking forward to in 2025, if I may be so bold as to insert a topic into this comic discussion. Well, this is actually good. We're having a comic discussion. I'm going to upgrade my Miller Swamp Thing trades and get the Omnibus, and that's this month. Next week, maybe sometime this month, maybe the third week. But Riley, who is a Swamp Thing connoisseur, says that Miller sets the stage for a lot of things that happen in the Snyder run in New 52. And I think Riley and I both like the New 52 Swamp Thing. Soul a little bit more than the Snyder stuff, but once I get that book, I could do a whole Herkin Swamp Thing read through with the Nancy Collins thing and the original Swamp Thing. And what do I have? Alan Moore Swamp Thing on. I still have the crappy standard hardcovers, but it has the original.
But they have the original coloring.
Yeah.
That you made the smart choice on that one. A lot of people dump those standard hardcovers because they thought, all right, awesome, we're getting an absolute edition. Before they announced their recoloring, and the recoloring on that, I think is god awful.
I think it strips away the atmospheric quality of the coloring, which was so perfect.
Totally. The recoloring can be hit or miss. I think the Walter Simonson Thor stuff, when it was recolored, was fantastic. I really liked what they did. Absolute Swamp Thing, it removes that murkiness and that kind of grittiness and the muddiness that you get with some of those colors. And it's like, yep, we're just going to make it bright and cheery.
It is pretty bright. JRJR's modern art style looks so flat to me, said everybody in the United States. Has drawn the best and worst Spider-Man comics. You're not wrong, Alexander. Sierra's had a lot of great reads. You mean last year, Barnacle Break? Mostly independent, but DC has been doing good stuff also. JRJR and Godzilla, say what you want about his art, but those cheekbones on Godzilla are going to be off the hook. Flash 3 comes out in March? Or Flash? I'm not sure. Most excited about Absolute Martian
That's
Manhunter.
gonna rock, man. I cannot wait for that too.
What was
Martian
the team on that
Manhunter?
Denise Camp and Javi Rodriguez.
again? Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Like I said before, Jess, Javi Rodriguez most recently on the Zatanna book. So
Yeah, that I really like. I love Truce Dragons. I love JRJR. His Fing Fang Boom and Iron Man back in the 90s was terrific.
I don't disagree.
30 years ago.
But I think it's okay to be conflicted with art.
Sure.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, and artists evolve. Artists change, their style changes, and I loved JRJR's yeah, if I can get it out. Daredevil run with the stuff that he did with Frank Miller. I thought his art was great there. I don't like his modern day stuff too much.
It looks too blocky too.
I don't care for it. I really don't. It just does not work for me. And I think that's what it is. It's very blocky and doesn't do it for me.
I will say that for the Wells Spider-Man run, there are action scenes that he draws the heck out of. And I'm like, man, this is cool. I think my problem is with a lot of the pages that he pumps out nowadays, when the characters are like talking or it's still, it doesn't tend to hit you as well as if stuff is moving. So that's my big problem with Romita Jr.
I think I'm going this is my pledge. When Amazing Spider-Man by Zeb Wells and JRJR gets an Omni, I'm going to buy that Omni and read it and watch Madam Web. That's my sacrifice that I will
James, look at that.
I will live stream the whole thing and just say, here is my day of dread. Because I still haven't seen Madam Web, and I really want to.
You know what I do? I wish, though? Patrick Gleason was signed to a Marvel exclusive back 6 years ago. He did one arc of Bendis Young Justice. So, hey, I'm going to go to Marvel. I'll draw Amazing Spider-Man for Nick Spencer. Some of the worst arcs on the Nick Spencer run, but that's a different story. Does one arc of Wells Spider-Man, and we have not seen him on Marvel Interior since. So I miss my favorite artist drawing comics. That's what I'm trying to say.
Here's a question for you. Do you think that more modern day artists have moved past some of the 90s and 80s guys, and some of those older guys are struggling a little bit to kind of remain relevant? Because we've got, and it's not saying that their contributions aren't loved and welcome, because they are. Some of them are still fantastic artists. I think Allred, who's been around since the 90s, is still freaking crushing it whenever he does art on a book. He's incredible. He did a Superman book 2 years ago that was amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
But then you've also got guys that are like Doc Shaner or Sarah Pacelli or Pepe Larraza, where I'm just like, Jesus, dude, how do you put up these pages on a monthly basis? And you're still cranking out great work. Greg Capullo, he's a guy from the 90s. And for a generation of kids, I would argue, with that New 52 Batman run, he is their Batman artist. He is their Jim
My
Lee.
Batman artist when I grew up. That was my first Batman book. Like as a teenager, I was reading that, when the trades were coming out monthly or whenever they come out. And I'm like, this is really cool. This is really rad. I want to see more of it.
Yeah. And I just suddenly feel so much older when you said I was a teenager when New 52 came out. Like, oh, Jesus, I was in college, man.
Yeah, I was in my 50s.
Yeah, man, it do some of these older guys struggle a little bit, like a JRJR, where their art isn't looked as fondly as maybe it once was, or maybe it's just they can't adapt.
I think it's part of. I remember talking to somebody about this who loved Rob Liefeld in the 90s. because they were picking up all the image tiles, and they're like,
Mhm.
man, I hate his style now. And I do wonder if, like, I think part of it is like, art tends to evolve over time, right? I think for
Mhm.
Marvel people, it's become a lot more of, can we find people who emulate the Stuart Immonen clean type of style art, um, and try to replicate that in all the books. And that's why you see, like, for X-Men, it's David Marquez on Adjectiveless, and you're enjoying that, or sorry, on Uncanny with Gail Simone, you're liking that. And with DC, it's, can you find guys like Dan Mora? Can you find guys like Jorge
Yeah.
Jimenez, or any of the other guys you've mentioned? I do think it's part of it is, yeah, I think they just failed to evolve over time, and you're seeing a lot more people stray away from that now.
Mhm.
They're trying to find something new because you can't. I guess maybe it's part of, like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Um, and sometimes, like, when you've been doing something for so long,
Yeah.
um, it tends to wear off on people. I think the same thing happens to writers, right? Where they have, like, maybe one or two stories to tell, and then at some point, the people reading your books go, "Well, you just did this like 2 years ago. Why are we doing it again?"
Right.
So I think it's a failure to evolve, and also just other brand new people coming in and saying, "Hey, we want to get our shot too," and people love it, and it's a rinse and repeat pattern of that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's certainly this new crop of talent that we've gotten is fantastic. Some of the stuff that's been put out in the last 5, 6 years, 10 years, geez, man, puts a lot of the '90s stuff to shame.
I agree. But I also grew up in an era where, like, Patrick Gleason was on Batman and Robin.
Hmm.
You had Capullo on regular Batman, and I was reading those titles month by month, and just having a lot of fun. Cliff Chang was on Wonder Woman. I remember reading that and
Yeah.
loving it.
That was
Or loving his
great.
art
Cliff
there.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, Cliff Chang on Wonder Woman. Jesus.
right. So, yeah, for me, I mean, I know that my generation, I think we've been blessed with a lot of great artists on so many modern seminal runs, or postmodern, whatever you want to label the names now. But yeah, I think it's different strokes for all people. And yeah, once you find
Mhm.
somebody and the company goes, "Hey, this person's really good at art, why don't we just slot them in these different places?"
Yeah.
And that's how they blow up. And at some point, the old guard, they have to either adapt or go someplace else.
I think Jim Lee's a great example of somebody that's adapted and changed his style. If you look some of
Mhm.
the stuff he did in the '90s versus some of the stuff he did 2000s and stuff like that, he certainly doesn't do much interiors or anything like that. He hasn't done interiors since when? Justice League for New 52, and even then,
Suicide Squad for Rebirth.
did he do interiors for
He
that?
did. He did, like, the first
Okay.
arc of that run.
Okay. I didn't need to read that. I haven't seen it.
And yeah,
Um,
he's back on Batman next year, or this year. Sorry, it's
is he?
2025 now. Yeah, he's gonna be doing a Batman with Jeff Loeb again for a Hush sequel, starting in March.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm the only one in the seeming world that liked the Hush book.
Mm.
It was my first absolute, and I love that book.
I love the art.
I still love the story. I have the Mafex action figures from the whole thing, and they're just all posed and everything. I love that book.
So okay, I love the art in that book. Jim Lee's my Batman artist. I've said this before on the show, where I love the treads on the boot. And even though Jim Lee has said it was a huge pain in the ass, and he regrets doing the treads on the boot, I think. And his Batman design is what I think of Batman, with the short ears and stuff like that. And yeah, that again, great artist, evolved, changed. Still to this day, I think he's one of the best of all time. I'm excited. Question
Mhm.
mark.
Mhm.
Eh, I wasn't a big fan of the first Hush. I love the art. We'll see how Hush 2 is. And Jeff Loeb has always been, I don't hate Jeff Loeb, but he's 50-50 with me. Like, when he hits really well. When he misses, it doesn't connect with me.
Kane says, I know I'm a modern reader. I've been reading comics since 2008. So modern is 2000s. Even 90s was very wordy. I'm trying not to pick a time period, but more of a mindset. Show us, don't tell us. That's fair. I'm trying not to I'm trying to pick a mindset and an experience more than an era.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever you want to read it, however you want to read it. Well, no, it's a lot of words and it's the exposition boxes that, explain what you're seeing, and and then the word balloons tell you what you see. And it is just a lot. Here's the Omnibros Patreon, which is a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I've read the first 200 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. Good for you. That's some real stuff. I'm the exception. I read old stuff. And Alexander Miller is very young. He is like 13 years old.
That's awesome.
So can I rebut Alex for a bit? Because I do have a story. There is I'm not saying that you're not the only one. I mean, you are one of. I do applaud you, Alex, honestly, for being one of the only ones who have tried older stuff. Because I think typically people like me, even like 4 or 5 years ago, I was scared and trepidatiously not wanting to read those older Silver Age books because of I already have the mentality of I want to judge things by the way they're done modern. This is how comics are now. Why do I need to go back to something when I already have a good amount of comics post 1980 whatever to read? It took me a long time to get back to go to the you know what, let's try something out. You're not going to get hurt. You're going to read more books anyways. Why do you need to be so judgmental? There were two young boys. I think one was in early high school and the other one was in middle school. Their dad was trying to figure out what comics to buy at the comic shop. And they had told me our dad is buying key issues. Sometimes we read them. But he's also he also buys the Marvel Unlimited app so that we can read whatever Silver Age, Golden Age, Bronze Age Marvel had to offer on the app. And I was so happy just to hear that there is a good amount of people who are in that younger age range of the under 2018. They're trying out something that they wouldn't have otherwise because of the barriers that are set up, the gatekeeping that's set where you need to read everything that's published post 1980s. But I think you're hindering your own experiences if you don't get a chance to read some of those older comics themselves. Anyways,
that's good. But Alexander's here in the chat, and those other two guys are not. So Alexander represents the youth that are interested in reading old stuff.
Yeah. Tell your friends to read Silver Age comics, Alex. They won't regret it.
Tell them to start with Thor. Everybody loves Silver Age Thor.
And then pivot to Silver Age X-Men.
Oh, Jesus. No, I want a t-shirt that says, friends don't let friends read Silver Age Thor.
Alex, if you can conquer Silver Age Thor and Silver Age X-Men, we may throw you a celebration party because there's not a time period in my life where I could get through those two books, especially Thor.
I owned, when I was collecting, I had that Silver Age Thor omnibus. Was it Silver Age Thor? I don't remember.
That was out of print and going for $300 on eBay at the
time.
Right.
That's why I had it. I flipped that thing within about 4 issues. I said, I'm not reading this. I'm not doing this.
It's really hard to read.
It was really not good. It's not. Thank God for Walter Simonson. So wait, he's read 200 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. So that puts him in. Is that Roger Stern? No, right?
Roger Stern's in the mid 250s.
Close. So he's close to Roger Stern.
He's actually, the first 200 has an awful lot of good Spider-Man in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're going to read the first 200 issues of any Marvel Silver Age, I think Spider-Man's the real choice.
I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I did that for my public speaking final a couple of years ago. I had to persuade the class that Tom Holland was not a good Peter Parker.
You shut your whore mouth.
No, I will stand up. I got 105 on the final, so clearly I did something right.
Tom is delightful. He's
delightful. He's just not Peter Parker delightful.
He's not there yet. The first 3 movies were a giant origin story.
Yeah, and we will get, I think, the Spider-Man you want in this next movie.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But yeah, those are that Spider-Man easily has are so much more fun than any other Marvel comic at the time.
Yeah.
In the Silver Age, and counting Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer was 68, but Thor, X-Men, Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man just reads so much more. There's so much more fun stuff that happens in there, and it's all consequential. I mean, there's lots of consequences in those books. When he quits, Spider-Man No More, when Gwen Stacy dies, which I still am pissed about. Green Goblin dies. Sorry, spoiler alert. Punisher shows up. These are all in the 120s at this point. But I mean, even like issue, like in the teens in there, like 13 through 20. Those are really good reads for back then.
Steve Ditko. The art, Steve
Ditko and John Romita Sr.
John Romita Sr. John Romita, who I love John Romita Sr. over Steve Ditko. I think John Romita Sr. really modernized the art of that book and really helped propel it to a better degree. I don't hate Steve Ditko's art. I appreciate it for what it was in the time, but I think John Romita Sr. was a far better artist for that book. Sorry, Jess.
I didn't just do a thumbs down. What
are you disagreeing with me for?
I didn't. I'm holding my hands like this. I don't know how the camera picked that up and gave it a thumbs down.
Wow,
great. Back then, Jess was Conan the Barbiturates. I wasn't alive back then. I just know those things. Those small HCs you will probably get before deluxes and or omnis. Oh, no question. That's what you're saying. My sacrifice was. Yes, I've been buying all those small HCs. Personally, I think Miller is a cool last name. Well, I think you should.
Miller time.
Chocolate Diet Coke and Tylenol, I think, was the wake-up juice they gave to Doc Brown in Back to the Future Part 3. I don't care for the recoloring on Sandman that I've seen. I don't think I was aware they were recoloring that.
Yeah, they were. I know.
For what collected editions?
They did the Absolutes. They're recolored in the Absolutes.
Oh, they are?
Absolutes.
The Omnis aren't, though, are they? I don't remember seeing bright colors or whatever alternate colors were in the Omnis.
As I know that my former manager, not owner of my comic shop, kept telling me, Dom, I got those standard hardcovers for Sandman with the original coloring, and you're never going to get to my level with this. And I was just like, well, I applaud you.
Jeez,
I actually like the recoloring on those Absolutes too.
I don't have the Absolutes. I just have the Omnis, but these, well, if they're recolored, it looks fine to me. I don't actually know because I don't have the single issues anymore, but this all actually looks fine to me if it is recolored.
I'm kind of surprised you don't have the Absolutes for this.
This was at the time a lot cheaper
to
just get the 3 Omnis. And while I like a lot of the art in Sandman, I don't love it.
Okay.
Like that would require me to get an Absolute.
Well, it's a mixed bag because
yeah, There's a lot of different artists.
Yeah, gaming couldn't keep an artist on there to save the artist's life. He would start with an artist and then he'd lose an artist every arc almost. Or maybe it was intentional. I'm not sure.
Oh, this is good. OmniDog's Vault. No joke. Fast food might also prove one of your silver bullets for alleviating migraines or post-drones. That's the part that happens after migraines. My girlfriend has had great results since she started eating takeout hamburgers. Okay, wait a sec. With greasy fries and Coke around her episodes. This sounds like I've been given permission to go to Wendy's.
I think the bigger revelation here is that Next Imagina has a girlfriend. Congratulations. Congrats, buddy. I'm proud of you. Oh my God. I feel like a proud father. Holy shit. Is this what pride feels like? I haven't felt this in a long time. Oh my God.
What do you? I don't even want you to elaborate on what you're saying here, because just because he has a big vocabulary doesn't mean he can't pull chicks.
Oh no. I'm not questioning that. I'm just proud of him. I'm like, man, that's awesome. Good job. Good bud.
I like JR's Thor with Jurgens. Oh, you know what? And his DD work with Nocente, I did not mind that at all. I think I read that and I didn't have a problem with it.
That's one of my most anticipated omnibuses of this year.
Yeah, when does that come out?
March 4th. It got pushed to March 4th.
And now I got to figure out what to do with my epics, because I epic collected that whole thing saying they're never going to do Nocenti. They're just ignoring her.
And then lo and behold.
Yeah, I got to pull those out and take them to Second and Charles too. Gleason is also my favorite artist. Didn't get a chance to comment. I really like Dom's proposed mapping for Finest Cassandra Cain Volume 1.
It's a lot of Batman and Detective issues right before Batgirl 2000 issues 1 through 7. So that's enough for a Finest.
Wait, what did there? Oh, yeah. Who felt old with that statement? I was 38 or 39.
Yeah, New 52 was 13 years ago, Jess.
Sorry?
New 50. Yeah, I know. I said the same thing too.
14 years ago.
52? Yeah, it was like, was it
14 years ago?
It's 13, 14 years ago. Yeah.
2011, yeah, was when it started.
2011. Yikes. I was so excited. That is what really got me strongly back into collecting singles again.
Same. I think it did a lot. It did a lot.
I bought everything and tried everything and read everything. Not everything was great, but I was excited about it.
Oh, you weren't a fan of Grifter?
I bought it.
Okay.
Grifter's if you get a good Wildcats writer, Grifter can be interesting.
Don't lie to these people.
Don't
you lie to the fans out there. Stop. How many people do we have in the chat right now? Huh?
50.
Don't lie to the 50 people right now that are watching this. Grifter has never been interesting.
Yes, he has. Oh
Grifter,
my God.
When was the last? I challenge you. You know what? Damn it. That's my next readathon. Somebody out there, give me a good Grifter comic. I will read it and I'll tell you what I think about it.
Okay.
A good Grifter comic. Just.
Wait a sec. I think Grifter appears in the book that has the John Davis Hunt art in it.
Is he the main character? A Grifter comic, not where he makes a cameo.
Oh, well, not cameo. He's part of the team.
Oh, okay.
I don't know of a solo Grifter series that I would recommend, but I think he was, if I'm right, I think it was called The Wild Storm, with John Davis Hunt art, which was fantastic. I feel like Grifter was in that. I mean, I know right where they are. I could go pull them.
Okay.
I'm just repeating Dom in chat now. I watch all his videos. There you
Glad
go.
you do, Alex.
Actually, Labruski, I do worry it'll take away from the OG. Hush is one of my favorite Batman books, one of my favorite books I own.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Labruski. And
I'm
I'm
glad.
also worried about that. And where are they introducing, or have they already introduced this Shush character, this female
Batman and Robin by Joshua Williamson and Simone DeMeo on issue number 2. I remember this because every single one of my friends I know has been hampering me with, Dom, never buy Joshua Williamson comics. And the one Joshua Williamson comic that you get happens to be the worst one. So it was Batman and Robin that I was pulling because I trade weight everything else by him. And yeah, what a I'll just say I'm really glad that Philip Kennedy Johnson is on Batman and Robin now.
I knew Shush sounded like a terrible idea. That is not a good idea. Shush? What?
Is Shush another version of Punchline? Is it just as bad as Punchline?
No, but the gimmick isn't great to begin with.
Oh, so it is kind of like Punchline. Okay.
You haven't even read any Punchline.
I don't have to read Punchline. Punchline is terrible because the gimmick sounds like hot ass. It sounds terrible. Nobody has ever gone up to me in the chat or anywhere and go, you know what's a great comic? Punchline. Punchline is awesome.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know when this happened, but I accept the compliment. Thank you, Alexander. Booster's excited to see Dom.
Yeah.
What's up, my friend?
I read words. I've read several Brando Sando books. That man can write.
Yes, he can. Although, I'm not going to get into it here. I have some strong
Jerry
issues.
Conway's Spider-Man is so good. So good, Alex. I agree with you.
I have some
100%.
strong issues with Wind and Truth right now that I'm not going to get into.
Other than a few select titles, I don't wade into pre-80s comics pool. Oh,
Well,
you will once in the next 10 years when they put out DC Finest, Neil Adams, Dennis O'Neil, Batman, and the Elliot S. Magan, Kurt Swan, Murphy Anderson, Superman. You will.
Just as right, but I was going to make a Wade Wilson joke because he put Wade in there, and I was going to say, well, Wade wasn't in comics before 1991, so it's very hard to read Deadpool before then.
Okay. I'm reading. Oh my gosh. Have you lost your mind yet?
God bless you.
Silver Age X-Men. What do you think about it?
God bless you.
Oh my God. Now
I can't blame a kid for trying.
No, that's true.
Oh, after Lane Wayne.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the Stan Lee stuff. The X-Men Volume 2 that has the Neil Adams art in it, that's very readable, that X-Men stuff.
But you're
reading?
still Silver Age X-Men. Oh God.
What's wrong? Who are you?
Everything is wrong with Silver Age X-Men. That's what's wrong.
Reading old comics is cool. Consider Alexander Miles Davis. Really hoping he knows who Miles Davis is. That comic is supposed to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird how rough Lee, Silver Age X-Men, and Thor, but his ASM and FF were excellent. That is weird, yeah. Just remind yourself that Frank Miller's first issue of Daredevil came out 45 years ago.
God damn.
Is really 45 years ago?
80s.
Yeah, 1980.
80s, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Holy guacamole.
It's that old, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's great stuff. It still holds up today. All that stuff is good.
Okay, these are fine comments. Just Omlu, just want to take a second to thank you guys. Stuff has been crazy stressful lately. Yeah, I know, Matt. I know how hard it has been for you. So just getting to sit around and talk comics with you guys and actually relax is a huge blessing. Peace and love. That's all we want to do is talk comic books on this channel and take everybody's mind off of everything.
Hey man, I'm happy to hear that. Anything we could do to help you out is it's awesome.
Okay, I don't know the answer to this question, and I'm gonna let one of you guys. I don't think Dom reads manga. So Lou, you answer this question while I go look for the Grifter book.
Do y'all like Berserk, Monster, or even One Punch Man? Berserk, yes. Monster, yes. One Punch Man, I haven't read too much of it to form a judgment. I only read the first volume of it. But I love Berserk. I read through the Golden Age arc, and I thought it was incredible. I think it's one of the greatest pieces of manga that has ever been. I think it's one of the greatest pieces of drawn art. It's incredible. It's beautifully done. It's also very tragic. Monster, yes. I got through a huge chunk of Monster, but I dropped it off after a certain point. Didn't quite hit me like 20th Century Boys did. 20th Century Boys is my favorite manga of all time. I think that book is incredible. But Monster didn't connect with me as much.
There's our manga segment.
There you go.
So you know, Pierre, on Thursdays, like last night, that's the manga stream. Manga Bros talk nothing but manga.
Yes. They read all the books that are backwards.
Ross Andrew needs more respect. I don't disagree
agree.
with that. I like Silver Age Hulk also. I had forgotten about that.
Ooh, with the crazy powers, where every issue
Yeah.
he changes how he turns into the Hulk.
Now he can fly.
Now he needs a machine to turn into the Hulk. Now he just turns into the Hulk at night. It was a crazy time.
Fire Punch or Chainsaw Man? These are your questions you should be asking on Thursday night.
That is 100% a manga guy.
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, Pierre, I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy.
None of us read manga. The Thursday night show is nothing but manga. So that's where you should turn to for your manga needs. Oh, good. The Sandman Omnis feature the same recolored art. It isn't as okay. This is a big word. Revisionistically egregious. Good usage. It isn't as It isn't as revisionistically egregious as the Swamp Things, but are still very garish in my opinion. Okay. Oh, and Next to Magisnaut says, Lou, thank you. And we're going on 8 years now.
Oh my God. How have I never known this about you?
Actually, correction, 8 going on 9. Jewish Dragons is also happy for him.
Don't ever get that wrong. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Don't ever get that wrong, bud. If I could offer some piece of advice.
Yeah. New 52 had a lot more good books than people admit. I have a lovely feeling in my heart for New 52. That's what really, really got me back hard into comics. I was born the month New 52 started. Get the hell out of this chat. That is ridiculous. Nobody should be that young. Grifter was decent in Future's End. Are you actually recommending Future's End to us? This is the book that he's in. The art is fantastic. Peace and Love. It is by Warren Ellis. If you have a problem reading that is up to you. Absolutely. I understand it. I am not promoting him. I am just saying he was the author here. But Grifter is actually, it's also got Grifter Voodoo, Jenny Sparks, Zealot, the Engineer, and he changes their power sets. And it's like an updated Wildstorm. It's really, really good. And the art, John Davis Hunt is such an awesome artist. He is, gosh, I guess what I am is just a fan of really clean lines. Who was it you used as an example, Dom, of somebody from Marvel that uses really clean lines?
Everybody there, but yeah, the ones that like Russell Dodderman,
Yeah.
Stuart Eminem, Pepe Larraz, RB Silva, Carmen Carnero.
Yeah. And that's one reason why I really loved Bendis's X-Men is I loved the art and the lettering in there. And I unapologetically love Bendis's X-Men because, of course, Emma. And I think she's written well.
I
And
think
I will not take that back. I like Bendis's X-Men.
I think Bendis's X-Men gets too much hate. I actually enjoyed a huge chunk of it. I like his Scott Summers. I like kind of Scott taking over for a huge chunk of the team, and yeah, I think Bendis was trying a lot of cool stuff on his X-Men stuff on his X-Men run. It didn't always hit, but I enjoyed a large part of it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I think people are gonna knock me off with in my head, but I really do love All New X-Men or that run.
Yeah.
Mostly drawn by Stuart Eminem, who I'd mentioned
Yeah.
earlier, and Mahmoud Asrar. It's such a stupid concept. The 05 going forward in time, fine, cool, whatever. Stupid concept. But
Yep.
I loved a lot of the interactions that they played with both each other, current Marvel Universe, throw whatever else in there. I had a lot of fun with it.
Same.
So yeah, I
That
think he does a good job with a pretty bad concept, honestly.
yeah, that whole time period of X-Men, I kind of remember more fondly maybe than I should. I liked Jason Aaron's Wolverine and the X-Men. It's really fun. It's all about the school and how the school is run and everything like that. Has one of my favorite one-shot issues of all time, the Dupe issue. I think it's awesome.
That I think my favorite X-Men thing that was coming out from Marvel at the time, yeah, people are gonna also nod me for it. I really like Remender's Uncanny Avengers.
Yes.
With John Cassaday, Daniel Acuna,
Yeah.
Steve McNiven even popping in for like an issue or two. Getting thrown into like this weird dystopian future with Havoc and Wasp being, oh my goodness. And I also like there's a really cool bit in All New X-Men too where like Havoc has a big speech about the state of mutant kind. I think it's in like issue 4 or 5 of Uncanny Avengers, and Bendis's rebuttal to it is by Kitty Pryde in All New. And I was like, man, I can't believe like the books are like weirdly synced up like this and getting to see creators' different takes on the metaphor.
Yeah.
So yeah, consider me in, man. I didn't mind Marvel Now X-Men.
Yeah.
I guess as opposed to some people who might not look fondly at it, but there's highlights for me there.
That book, Uncanny Avengers, I think got unfairly maligned, mostly because it was coming off of the heights of his Uncanny X-Force run, which I think is damn near perfect, with the exception of some of the more rougher art in the Deathblock stuff, which I didn't care for the art there.
Oh, I forgot Deathlock appeared in that. Yeah.
He plays a huge chunk. There's art in it that's not good, that is downright terrible. But outside of that, it's almost a perfect run. And that Uncanny Avenger stuff, it starts out a little bit bumpy. The Red Skull stuff, I don't think really was to a lot of people's taste, but when he starts eventually tying it back into some of the Uncanny X-Force stuff as the series goes on, he knocks it out of the park. It gets so ridiculously great, man.
Yeah, the science fiction stuff in Uncanny Avengers is some of my favorite stuff from Remender's like ever.
The twins. I love the concept of the twins. That was great.
And it might have also been me like trying to find something to itch my want to read Kang the Conqueror comics after Ant-Man. So I was like, you know what? I mean, might as well. I haven't read much of Kang's appearances, but yeah, he pops up in Uncanny, and I very thoroughly enjoyed what was in there. So,
Lou, I haven't even touched Wind and Truth, and probably won't for a while. I am taking a break from Brando Sando.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, hey, everybody needs a break from everything that they read. If too much of a good thing can eventually be a bad thing. I'm going to take a very good sabbatical after finishing Wind and Truth. Like I said, I have some strong feelings so far. I only have 200 pages left in it, but I've got some strong feelings of the book so far. Some great, some we'll see.
No, I don't think I'm getting an omnibus. I think it's coming out in DC Finest, and I'm okay with that as long as I can just read it in the original stuff, I don't care. It doesn't have to even be oversized. It just has to be collected. Oh, here's Harvey. Most anticipated comics 2025. Hit us, Harvey. Tedward hardcover from Fantagraphics. All Nate Garcia comics. I'm sure there's others, so just a sec. Monster is on my wish list. I want to read it. Just haven't made the purchase yet. Berserk is too graphic for me from what I've seen. Okay, Harvey continues. The Devil's Grin number 7 and 8 and maybe 9. Daredevil 158, May 79, written by Roger McKenzie, but drawn by Miller. You Will Own Nothing and You Will Be Happy 4 and 5. Pleasure Beach by Josh Pettinger. I have a book signed by him, right, Harvey? I ordered it special. Future's End is good, but I feel that's not really a grifter book and more of a Batman Beyond book.
Jess, you were trying to trick me.
I know. I said that you need to read him in this. Correction. Professor X is in love with Jean in Silver Age X-Men. I forget that. I don't even.
Yeah, I don't like remembering that.
I don't either. I like Bendis all new X-Men in the beginning. I'll take any like for Bendis.
In the last few years, especially with the Marvel stuff and all the movies that have come out, they've really made Professor X like this really great father figure. When you read the comics, you go, yeah, Professor X kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
A little
Kind
bit
of
of
now.
a history of problems there, Professor X.
Yeah. Avengers versus X-Men and all new X-Men is what got me back into reading X-Men. Yeah, baby.
Good stuff.
Lou, read Poppy Wars next.
I have the book. I have it.
Did you get it for Christmas?
I showed it off on the Patreon stream.
Okay,
It was that beautiful
Yeah.
orange and red book. Yeah. I have the deluxe. I can't wait.
A Sign of Aging, American Reunion. The movie that reunited the cast of the original American Pie film was released 4,600 days apart. Tomorrow will be 4,600 days. What? Okay, so that's over 10 years since American Reunion came out.
Jesus, was it that long?
I never even saw American Reunion.
Me either.
Jonah Hex is my most wanted. But these are the most, I agree with that, but we're trying to eventually talk about what books are coming out this year. What else is coming out? Scarlet Witch by Steve Orlando, Volume 4 in February. I'll be getting that.
You have fun with that, Jeff.
Gee whiz.
I didn't hate the book.
Okay, I take the W there. I will take the W there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolute Transmet, Volume 3 in February.
It's not coming out.
Are you willing to wager a burger?
Hell no. I just paid off my debt. Like
I want an In-N-Out burger now. Is what I feel.
It's like I paid off my loan shark and then go, you know what? Let's double or nothing. Let's run this back again.
Yeah. Can you walk to your In-N-Out or do you have to drive?
I mean, I can walk.
away.
It takes 10 minutes to walk there, but I can
10
do.
minutes. It would take me 45 days to walk to one. Helen of Windhorn. That's the Tom King book that's supposed to be so great. Standard hardcover from Dark Horse. I don't care. I'll get it anyway. John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America. Beyond Comics and I are going to talk about that book. I'm going to read it on DC Unlimited app. That is apparently great, and I'm sure it is because it's Cy Spurrier. What else are you looking forward to, Dom?
Well, right off the bat, we have Bendis Avengers that's coming out next week. So that is
Volume 1 of New Avengers.
the reprint. And that has been something that I've wanted on my shelf for the longest time, and I'll finally be able to run through it.
Nice. Let's see what else is here. Batman by James Tynion. Wait, I already have that. Oh
No, that's Detective. This is his regular Batman.
Oh, this is his regular Batman. That's okay. That's why I have all those Batmans in the for sale pile.
I do find it very interesting that they do market their Detective Comics runs as regular Batman Omnis. They did that with Paul Dini. They did that with Tynan. Because they always want to have the Batman : Detective Comics on every single book that they do. But you kind of find like it's Detective Comics. I get that, yes, Batman's there, but it's Detective Comics. Don't lie to your audience. But I guess if it helps them get the 5% sales boost.
Daredevil by Nocenti and Romita Jr. is coming out in March. Ooh. David Mazzucchelli's Daredevil Born Again Artist Edition.
That's coming out? I didn't know that was coming out.
That is coming out in March.
Ooh,
DC Finest Plastic Man.
Plastic Man, Metamorpho, Peacemaker. There's a lot of good DC Finest coming out the first half of the year.
I don't think I've even read any old Peacemaker. How old? Or is it?
Yeah, it's some of it's from the 60s, and then some of it are appearances from the 80s and Suicide Squad and cameos and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
James Gunn, man. He's got the gift. I'm looking forward to the Matter Eater Lad series whenever we get that. You know what? If anybody could pull off a Matter Eater Lad series, it'd be James Gunn.
Totally.
It'd be great.
Legion of Superhero. Oh, this is a big deal. Legion of Superheroes: The Great Darkness Saga Deluxe gets reprinted. That thing's been a whale for a long time.
It's got the spoiler cover though, so.
Oh yeah.
I keep teasing about that. I remember when we did the which books are coming out from the catalog on Nearman Condition. I censored the spoiler with the DC logo.
Oh, nice.
So people who weren't aware, I've gotten it spoiled, like, all those, whatever. It's fine.
I won't be getting this, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to X-Men Fatal Attractions Omnibus.
Yeah, I probably will be getting that at some point.
East of West Compendium. It's the only way to get it now. This is through March. Why don't I share my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at? Let me catch up with the comments real quick. You don't know your most anticipated. I need my Nightwing. Oh yeah, Tom Taylor Omnibus now. I can't wait. You're welcome. I have that in a standard hardcover.
Standard hardcovers.
Since it's now 2025, what are your plans for this year? In life or in channel are acceptable answers. To whom are you asking that? If you're asking me, you will find out the answers tomorrow night on OmniDog's Vault, where I'll give you life answers and I will give you channel answers. The James McAvoy young Xavier for some reason I always say Xavier, and it's Xavier. In First Class was kind of a telepathic pickup artist. Ooh, that's creepy. I'm looking forward to all the unannounced comics that will be released that I will love. I'm happy for you, Cycle. I just had In and Out yesterday. I was there. Oh, there for the Fiesta Bowl. Go Penn State. Good for you. I'll say Astro City, even though that's
trade paperback.
TBB, trade paperback.
B instead of P.
Got it. I get more green Omni soon. That's right. You are the color matcher. It's really cool with Mark Miller's Swamp Thing and Green Arrow Archer's Quest. Detective Chimp, only James Gunn. Well, Detective Chimp now in Justice League Dark Rebirth is great. Holy smoke. That Silver Age Detective Chimp book I got, that was really rough, even for me. I love the Silver Age, and boy, I don't know that I finished that book. I'm looking forward to the Fatal Attractions Omnibus, but I am worried that with the Blue and Gold Omnibus, we'll get an expanded Fatal Attractions Omnibus announcement 6 months later. Jess, what's a Silver Age title you would like Marvel and DC to include in their epic and finest lines that they haven't yet? That's a good question. I would say the end of the Silver Age for Batman and Superman, because that's when it was interesting. It was starting to get interesting, and then it got epic in 1970, along with the Green Lantern, Green Arrow. 1970 through 1974 was my sweet spot for comics. Let's see. Silver Age. We already have the Flash. What are some Silver Age books that haven't come out?
Challengers of the Unknown, Jess.
I'd read that. Totally.
House of Mystery.
I
don't know if you already have.
House of Mystery. I feel like that was more of a Bronze Age title. And House of Secrets.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Okay. Not Justice League. I have enough Justice League already. That's a good question. And Marvel and their Epic. I don't collect Epics anymore. That and Nocenti's Daredevil stuff will probably be about the. I do collect Gen X and Epic because I like those Young Mutants.
And then in 2027 they'll put out an omnibus of Generation X.
Sure, of course.
I'm just tugging your boat.
Well, you're not wrong. I'm trying to think of some other Silver. Well, okay, Sugar and Spike and Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane. This is what I complain about for ever since I've had a channel. Okay, if you can't give him an omnibus, give him a DC Finest. Yeah, there we go. I answered that. Thank you, Next Imaginaut. Thank you for being here. Okay, your question was to all of us, Jess, Lou, and Dom, even though I watched your video, Dom. What our resolutions life-wise, and wait, let me find it immediately. Here it is. Now, what are your plans for this year in life and or in channel are acceptable answers?
I mean, I gotta get going pretty soon. We're just getting
okay.
So this will be the last thing I answer. Yeah, for me, we have a lot going on this year. This year's going to be really interesting. We're looking at moving. We're looking at getting a bigger place. So who knows how that's going to work out in the next few months.
Got to find a place for that piano too.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, the Bat Cave downstairs isn't going to move itself.
Right.
No. The biggest thing is over the next 6 months, a lot of changes are probably going to come down the pipe for us. So moving, kids going to high school, so that's going to be a change for all of us. Mother-in-law is going to be staying with us a lot more, so there's going to be a lot of changes over the next few months. So looking forward to it. A lot of good stuff.
Okay. And Tom, did you already do a video on?
I already did a video on that, Kane.
That's a great idea. I should do that too. And I will give Dom credit for the idea since he did it before I did.
They're too kind.
Let's see. This is true. Omnidog plans, Patty laughs. That is 100% true.
All right,
Which,
man.
okay,
I'm getting out of here, guys. So have a good night, everybody.
Nice
good
to
to
meet
see
you,
you,
my
Lou.
friend.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. Okay. Night, everyone.
Good to see you, Lou. Thanks.
Nice to meet you, Dom. Take care, everybody. Jess, see you around.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay, we can talk as long as you want to talk.
We can head to comicreleases.com, Jess.
I will. Let me catch up a little bit on the comments. I'm looking forward to more Taylor on live streams. You'll see Taylor tomorrow night on Batterdays in the Batcave. The Challenger of the Unknowns and Finest. Yes, I agree with this, Booster. And Jimmy Olsen and Sugar and Spike. Don't know about Rawhide Kid in Epic Collection. I don't think so.
No, there's none.
Dom of X plans, goals, and announcements. I won't copy your title word for word. I'll rearrange it. Okay, now we're going to go, thank you, James, to comicreleases.com, where we can all look at what's going to be released this year. And let's see if we can see this. Whoop, here we go. I wonder if I can make it a little bigger. Well, Whoop. It's about as big as I can make it without losing stuff. Okay. So here we are at comicreleases.com. Invincible, no. Batman Detective Comics. I will definitely get this standard hardcover. I'm sure. Did you tell me you talked to Ron V?
Yeah, Ron V already confirmed with me that an omnibus will come out sometime soon.
Okay, you're welcome for my picking up all those standard hardcovers. This is good. Trial by Fire. This is Ostrander, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's the first Ostrander issues.
For Suicide Squad. DC Finest Suicide Squad. This is in March. Dead Man Omnibus gets a reprint. That's good. Doctor Strange, Mystic, Gotham City Sirens, Trigger Happy. Who's writing that?
That's Leia Williams joined with Matteo Lawley. It was it was when Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy all took a 1-month break to do a weekly team-up book.
I bought some of those because of the covers. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's being collected in both standard and trade paperback.
Okay, good. I'm going to get that because I happen to like Leah Williams' writing. So there we go. There's Archer's Quest Omnibus for Green Arrow. My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah, tie-in to the show done, or it's written by Josie Campbell, who's currently on Shazam.
NYX Volume 1. This is, I hate this. The only reason I hate this is because all this new X-Men stuff, I really don't want to collect it because I will say one of my goals, and it's going to happen within the next few months, is to finish Krakoa. Right. And then I'm done with X-Men till it all this new From the Ashes stuff gets collected. But I'm worried that I could, if I don't get the trades, that I could miss out on some things. Maybe NYX Volume 1, Volume 2 doesn't get collected in something.
Right.
So I really want to stop buying Marvel trades because I just feel like they're going to get collected in the future. Even though Juggernaut is one of the only Krakoa era books that went out of print, some of the Dawn of X stuff has gone out of print too. Okay, that's enough of my thoughts on that. X-Men by Jed McKay. X-Men Age of Comic, complete collection. Whoa, Lady Mechanica Volume 8 trade paperback. What? What's wrong with you, Joe? Come on. What, have you seen anything you're interested in?
I don't think Batman Off-World by Jason Aaron and Doug Mankey has been quite fun. I was surprised with it. Yeah,
Good. Trade paperback.
it's a trade
Wow.
paperback. That's the problem.
Okay,
With
I'll
a
get
trade
it in.
paperback DM cover too.
Yeah, you would have thought they'd have made that a hardcover. Okay, some Conan the Barbarian, Woman Without Fear. Ooh, I probably would get that. Dark Knights of Steel All Winter.
That is a brand new 6-issue series done by Tom Taylor, and he has a co-writer on this. Yeah, it's an extension of Dark Knights of, and that's why I know that the deluxe is coming out next year. They're probably going to expand that at some point to include that 6-issue series.
Ah, okay. Well, I love Dark Knights of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Doom Patrol: The Silver Age Omnibus. That's good. That's been out of print for a while.
It has.
DC Finest Team Ups, Chase to the End of Time. Doom Treasury Edition.
That's the Doom one-shot by Hickman.
Oh, I want to get that. That thing sold out so fast.
Yeah.
I never even got a chance to buy it. Let's see. My Little Pony Phoenix by Stephanie
That's my
Phillips.
favorite of the From the Ashes books, I think. It's like Phoenix, Storm, and Mystique, I think, are my top 3.
Ooh.
What I'm leaning on.
Okay. Has the Magic series had many issues yet?
It's coming out next week.
Okay. Great. I'm looking forward to that. Now, do you collect Sonic the Hedgehog books, or do you just like the movies and stuff?
I only watch the movies and play the games.
Okay. Here for Harvey Picar's Ghost, Edward. There it is. He wasn't kidding. There's Tedward. Ultimate Spider-Man. I know that by Jonathan Hickman, that's going to get some kind of bigger collection.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm not biting.
Yeah, then Learning Curve is the first handful of issues from Bendis Bagley. However you say his last name.
I think it's Bagley, but okay.
Yeah. We had the conversation a couple days ago where we were,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun. Uncle Scrooge and the Infinity Dime Gallery Edition. I think people really like that.
Yeah.
What about Spider-Man's? It's Hannah Bring Down the House. Oh, good. It's going to be a hardcover. Getting it. Oh, plastic. Absolute Promethea Book 1 is getting a reprint. Yeah. Wow. That's big.
It is big. I'll probably be getting that soon too.
Oh yeah, Batman Dark Age by Michael Allred, friend of the show, and
fantastic interview, by the way. I've really enjoyed that and all the stories you had to talk about with your theme song too.
That was the most fun on an interview I've ever had. I really, really need to email him just to say hi so that he remembers who I am. Thank you for saying that. I really had fun.
I love that. No, I love that interview.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Batman Golden Age Omnibus Volume 2.
I really wish that Argent Star for Beta Ray Bill would be a hardcover of some kind.
An oversized hardcover for that Daniel Warren Johnson art.
I agree.
That was kind of I feel like that was kind of a sleeper book.
It was. Yeah.
Even though it was by him, I feel like
it was under-talked. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, of course I'll buy Harley Quinn, even though it sucks. Apparently, Nightwing, standard hardcover. Yes, of course I'll buy that. Punisher by Rick Remender.
Yeah. Punisher and Venom are the only two Remender books that I think have come out in oversized before that I don't have on my shelf yet. I have everything else by Remender that's available in oversized on my shelf.
This is out of print now, right?
Yeah, way out of print, but it's coming back to print.
So this is a big deal. Good.
Big deal for me, yeah.
Books. Cowl.
Animal Pound. Yeah, Cowl. That's a Massiverse book by Kyle Higgins.
I have the
Part of the
original Cowls. Is this a new?
Yeah, it's a new one that's part of their Radiant Black
Oh,
universe.
Okay, I'm gonna wait on that.
Then Animal Pound is a Tom King book with
Oh
Peter.
yeah,
Gross.
I'm kind of scared of that one.
Yeah, I do feel you on that.
Okay, DC Finest Peacemaker, Kill for Peace. Is this what you were talking about?
That's what I was alluding to earlier.
It's earlier stuff. Okay. Stuff from the DC Vault. Death in the Family. Robin Lives.
Yeah, they actually printed out the story of what would happen if.
Oh,
Jason, yeah,
that's
okay. What if Jason Todd lived?
Yeah. Okay, well, take it all back. I'm interested in that. Gotham City, Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. It probably is gonna. I don't know if it's any good, but Kryptonian Age, Gotham by Gaslight. That sounds like I want that.
It's a fine Elseworlds. It's part of the same revitalization line. So
okay. This is probably going to be a book I get. Neil Adams Classic DC Artist Edition. That might be the closest I ever get to really getting what I want. While Lois Lane was the third most selling comic behind Superman and Superboy at peak popularity. Dom, how did you become a Dodgers fan in the Bay Area? Same reason Jess became a Rams fan?
I think you could say that. It was a lot of well, it was partly because I grew up a Lakers fan, because if you were Filipino, you were growing up in the Bay Area, it was either you rooted for Kobe and the Lakers or the Celtics to be the odd norm against, or like root against the Lakers before the Warriors came in and stormed all the Filipinos' hearts away. But yeah, I had a lot of friends who were either like from the LA area or like sort of surrounding, but they lived in the Bay Area. They were big Dodgers fans, and they were like, "Yeah, you should come join us, Dom. Don't be a Giants fan." So I was like, "Okay." And I've been a Dodgers fan since 2009.
Nice. I always like sports origin stories. Oh, this is a good one, Jewish Dragon. Silver Age Hawkman would be nice. Yeah. Silver Age War comics would be cool too. Yeah. Sergeant Rock. Haunted Tank. Yeah, you're right. Good choice.
I agree. I do want, after reading JSA Golden Age, I really do want a Hawkman line for DC Finest at some point to get, so I can envelop all of the rich convolution in the 80s with Carter and Qatar and every single other Hawkman you could think of.
Do you know about Copra?
I do know about it, but I don't believe we've gotten any info yet on the next master collection. But I'm sure when we do find out, it'll be up on the site. So,
this is a question with this. So that Suicide's DC Finest double dips with the Omni coming out.
Yeah, same as the DC Finest Doom Patrol. It's going to have the same content as the Suicide Squad by John Ostrander Omnibus Volume 1.
Okay, so when's that omnibus coming out? I
want to say May is when the Suicide Squad. We'll eventually get to it, but I think it comes out in May for Ostrander Volume 1. Yeah,
I'd be interested in upgrading to that, and I'm glad for Ostrander that it's getting collected. That's awesome.
Yeah, me too. That's one a lot of people have been waiting for a long time.
My Adventures with Superman TV show is really good. I'm looking forward to reading the comic. Green Lantern Archer's Quest omnibus comes out on my birthday. You should ask for it for a birthday present, Spooey.
I agree.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the last single issues of Copra.
The spoiler of Capra.
Oh wait. Dom, which Omni are you most hoping to get announced for this year? That's a good question.
For DC, you know, the things that I would do to get Checkmate by Greg Rucka into an omnibus are unspeakable, but I really do want it at some point. I don't know why we have if we can get his Wonder Woman run in Omni, why can't they put his and Jesus Saez's Checkmate run out in Omni too?
Well, good choice. What about Marvel? It's hard to actually pick something that hasn't gotten an omnibus.
Right. But
Unless
it's also like when you
Inhuman.
know what's coming out from Marvel, it's also hard to pick. I will say I really do want Krakoa Omnis at some point. Not the end, but yeah, from the start. I will be getting the end. I put out a video on my channel, me giving out the reasons to why I actually think it's a really smart idea for Marvel to start at the end with Krakoa versus or starting at the end with Krakoa versus the start. But I do want the start so we can figure out, hey, like we got House of X, Powers of 10, X-Men, Marauders, Excalibur, X-Force, New Mutants, etc., all thrown in there. So
Nice.
that's what I want.
Santos Sisters. What's that about, Razor Ramen? Don't worry, From the Ashes only has like 47 monthly titles.
13, but close enough.
My Copra subscriber variant is on the way, Harvey. Wow. I'm looking forward to Riley building a manga bin that he dives into and swims around in, like Scrooge McDuck. Dark Knights of Steel. All Winter is fantastic. All Winter was so freaking good. Okay, good. That's good to know. Pre-order Tedward now to get a signed book plate. It's not going to be signed like the hate book plate I got from P Bag, right? On the back of a Holiday Inn. Booster still not happy that it's in standard hardcover. That's how I'm reading that. You love Zatanna, but you don't dig standard hardcover. Still have hundreds of dollars in Fanta bucks. Wow. I got to read the new Cal. I dug the original. I did too. The minister and I read that together. Matt says, Dom, the site looks great, buddy. Good for you and Webhead.
Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it.
Just Animal Pound is safe. Well, not safe, but for the stuff you're worried about. Oh, thank you, Booster. I appreciate that. That's good. That is really good to know because I couldn't read Stray Cats or whatever it was. Stray Dogs, Stray something.
Stray Dogs.
Yeah, Stray Dogs. That was no, I couldn't do it. And there's other stuff that I haven't read yet, but I just can't. Love and Blue. Avengers Forever by Jason Aaron Omnibus. You are welcome because I collected the hardcovers and I think then I still collected the trade paperbacks. So, oh my gosh. Batman Elmer Fudd, the deluxe edition. Good for you, DC. Oversized hardcover. DC Finest Batgirl, Nobody Dies Tonight.
This was the Batgirl trade paperback that we were alluding to earlier.
Okay, with
Cassandra, yeah.
Yeah, with Cassandra. Okay. Good. Justice League by Scott Snyder and James Tiny Onion Omni. Okay, good. Plastic Man No More. I will definitely get this. I didn't even know there was a current Plastic Man. Precious Rubbish. I know about this book. The woman I met after I talked to Noah Van Sciver at Heroes Con, the woman next to him had it is a very disturbing recreation of her childhood. She had a very terrible childhood, and it's collected now. It was out I bought all the issues from her. she works at Fantagraphics, and she's a very nice person. And she said, "Don't worry, it all has a happy ending. I have a lovely wife. Everything's good. My life is better now." I was so glad for her, because man, she lays it out all in the line in a very differently drawn way. It's a tough read, but I almost felt compelled to read it after how nice she was. And I thought, okay,
Right.
she's happy now, so let me read about this incredibly bad childhood. And I was like, oh, wow. It was rough, but I'm glad that woman is happy now.
That's good.
She's a very nice person. Yeah, it is good. Boy, X Factor by Mark Russell. I would have bet serious money that this would have been the book to get. And I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird because Mark Russell's written a lot of great books. Like, I love Flintstones. Yeah, this has this has not been one of the highlights for me for
wow.
From the Ashes, which feels weird because I'm like, all right, social media, technology.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff there that I'm like, I want that. But yeah, just the execution of it has been very not so great. The characterization, because of the ideas in the book, also hasn't been great as well.
Wow. Okay. Now, I recommend Joyride Complete Collection to everybody.
It's got good Marcus Toe art in there too.
Yeah. This was such a fun book. I feel like I did a review on it back in like 2019. I loved Joyride. And now this might be what I've been looking for. Superman Family, the Giant Turtle Man. That has Jimmy Olsen written all over it.
It's got Jimmy Olsen on the cover too.
Absolutely has to be Jimmy Olsen. Nice. Booster, we're getting a Jimmy Olsen DC Finest. Now I'm happy. Yes. Good. Giant size Marvel Omnibus. Yeah, we talked about it. Jupiter's Legacy. Library edition. Okay. Legion of Superheroes 5 years later. Omnibus Volume 1. That has been out of print and going for huge money. So that's good. Have you read Predator versus Black Panther?
I have read Predator, the first issue of Predator versus Wolverine, and I have not gone back to it, but everybody that I know loves those Benjamin Percy Predator meets the Marvel Universe books.
Oh, so he's going up against different for like 5 or 6 issues. He goes
4 issues each, but yes.
4 issues. Oh, okay, good. City, Complete Crap Packs, Ultimate Black Panther, Wolverine by Jason Ron. Oh, this is out of print. I think this is what Lou is talking. No. This is the one that's this isn't He Goes to Hell, right? This is the first.
This is just regular Wolverine.
Okay, yeah, this is out of print, so that's good. Stan Lee story. Tashin. You think I'm paying Tashin money for the Stan Lee story?
I know Jake will.
Annihilation Omnibus. Okay.
Yeah.
Batman Justice. Manga. Okay. Cosmic X-Men Omnibus. Absolutely not. You must be kidding. And here you are. You're welcome for Dark Knights of Steel,
Thank
the
you.
deluxe edition.
Thank you, everybody.
You can thank me.
Thank you.
I know
Thank you, Jess.
Matt says Ghost Rider Epic Volume 1 was great. I had only ever read Johnny Blaze, was pleasantly surprised. I will say I am a Bills fan in Kansas City.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, really. In Kansas
I actually
City.
am legitimately sorry for you, because I also have a friend who lives in Kansas City who's a diehard Chiefs fan, will not shut up every single time Mahomes is something good.
Oh, that must be so annoying.
It was especially annoying after the Super Bowl.
Oh,
For the next 2.5 weeks. One of the worst feelings I've ever experienced in my life. There's nothing worse than going to the final or being there at the final dance.
Oh, yeah.
and not ending up winning an award.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, and then he was in your face for the next 2 weeks.
yeah, him and 2 other people I knew also were in my part of my fantasy football league. But
I think you should cut them out of your life.
it's impossible to do that when they're your fantasy football league commissioners and you pay exorbitant money to play fantasy football. So
Wow, okay. This is a good question, Razor Roman. Are edition A and B just different covers on the Neil Adams Artist Edition?
Yeah, that's my understanding is, they're... I don't remember what they look like. But actually, you know what? I'll pull them up here right now, courtesy of... So we got the A cover, and it's a Ra's al Ghul cover for Neil Adams. The B cover for Neil Adams Classic DC Art Edition is a Green Lantern, Green Arrow one where Ollie is destroying the lantern battery with a bow that he shot out of his arrow.
Famous cover from 76.
Indeed.
When we found out that Green Lantern's battery was made out of glass that could be destroyed by an arrow. I hope they do know HC Bruce Campbell's Sergeant Rock run. That book was fun, right back, Cato? I loved that book. Bruce Campbell wrote a really good book there. Fight said he's focused on finishing the last Copra arc and will work on the master editions when he's done with that. Plans to collect the whole run in master collections, though. I love Checkmate. Good for you, Doc Elevator. That is a great book. Well, first you're getting Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6. That's coming out this year. I know that. Now that we have a Dazzler Omnibus, we need a Spider-Woman Omnibus for the complete original series. I have not put Anora up at the top of my to-watch list. It's on my list, but there's other movies I need to see, like Madam Web, Craven, Morbius, you know, the good stuff. Whoa, James, nicely done. OmniDogs, 2017. OmniDogs Vault Root Beer Reviews, best comics of 2017. Joyride, welcome back. Impressive. Thank you.
Wizard.
Yes. Superman Family and Batman Family were the best. I'm pretty darn excited that we're going to get Jimmy Olsen finally. Godzilla, Gunnar Krieg, JLA, Lady Mechanica Volume 6, OHC. I wonder if he's monkeying around with things like he did on... Okay, maybe that means I need to wait on that volume. Wait, Volume 8? Didn't we see Volume 8?
We saw Volume 8 earlier, but there's also Volume 6 hardcover.
I don't think I remember Volume 7. What is happening? I'd have to go into the other room to see that. You're welcome, everybody. Nightwing Rebirth.
Thank you, everybody. I can finish out my modern Nightwing collection.
Good heavens. Silver Surfer, Return to the Spaceways Omnibus. Venom War, Wolverine Enemies Day. This is April. Okay, All In Saga.
That's just it's a reprint of the DC All In one-shot special that's part of their brand new publishing initiative.
Okay.
That also introduces the Absolute Universe and also the current status quo for the DC Universe. It also has Batman 153, Superman 19, Wonder Woman 14, and Justice League Unlimited by Mark Waid and Dan Mora issue 1.
Wow, that sounds good. Earth X, new printing. Oh, complete collection. Okay. Green Lantern. Oh, good. I need to get this, actually. The Silver Age Omnibus.
You do.
I gave my old ones to Johnny for his son from Finland. Marvel May 1965 Omnibus. Okay, I don't know why I highlighted that. Crimson
David
Rain.
Gabriel is smiling somewhere.
Oh my gosh, I'm so probably going to buy this, and it's so bad. Suicide Squad, the new 52 Omnibus. Yes, I'm absolutely getting it, and I do not recommend it to anybody else. What's worse is Rebirth. This was tolerable. Rebirth was, of course, I bought it and read it, but I will definitely get it, though. Marketeer breaks free.
I'll be there for Transformers Deluxe Edition Book 1. I also believe there's a DM cover.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a silver foil. You know what? I need to add that to the site now that you mentioned it.
Oh, yeah. Silver foil pages. Nice. Oh, is it Tiffy time? Damn, I don't have my TV on. Tiffy just cashed in. That means she gets to go to the championship, right? And can fight whoever she wants or something. I've warned you about Madam Web. I am going to watch it anyway, Jewish Dragons. Rebirth Suicide Squad is the definition of but Jim Lee, though. She won the belt, right? Okay. I thought when she cashed in, she got to fight whoever she wanted to fight. Did that already happen and she won the belt because she cashed in? I'm really bummed I didn't have it on. I'm pretending I know what I'm talking about because I really don't. No. Batman, The Dying City. Of course, I'll get that. DC. Nobody asked for this. DC. Digest size.
It's an OGN.
Okay.
It's an OGN of a reprint of a 3-issue series that came out a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely want this. Fantastic Four Doom 2099 Omnibus. Everybody's been talking about how great Doom 2099 is, and I am totally interested in that. These love languages. This is getting a reprint. Prince of Gotham.
For all the I'm gonna add it to my collection, even though
yeah, it's kind of not one of the better New 52 ones, but yeah, of course I have it. Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White, and Red Treasury Edition. I hate Darth Maul, and I am not getting this. And I know there's tons of Darth Maul fans out there. What is that about? That's crazy. He's not a good person, you guys.
There's not a lot of great people in Star Wars. I mean, they all kill each other with lightsabers, and guns. Okay.
Yeah.
I might get Legion of Three Worlds because I sold my Final Crisis Omni.
Oh, okay. OHC, that's good. Oh, yeah. I'll be rewarded. I have not gotten Beyond the White Knight, so I'll get the deluxe edition. Love the Murphyverse. Batman Full Moon. Have no idea what that is.
It's a Black Label title.
Okay. Thank you. Super Dog from Krypton.
Also coming out 2 months before the movie.
You bet I'm getting this. I predict I will go to the movie theater and I will cry throughout the entire movie. I'm sure that's going to happen. Especially when Crypto shows up. I've already cried at the trailer. It's just been the trailer. Night Terrors Omnibus. Nobody asked for that. And I am a DC fanboy, but no, I don't think so. I feel like Freddie tells me Miles Morales by Cody Ziegler is good.
It's fun, yeah. It's good.
Okay,
fun.
Good. Red Hood and the Outlaws New 52 Omnibus. I am not getting that. I am not getting that. Oh, Silver Surfer's getting reprinted. Okay, good, good. Strike Force Morituri Omnibus. How is that a real book when Inhumans can't get an omnibus? Strike Force Morituri. I've read that stuff. What? Come on. That is so disrespectful. Inhumans, Neil Adams art, and those early things, Black Widow. Oh,
Someday.
yeah, Strike Force Morituri. That's an insult. Superman Up in the Sky Deluxe Edition. Fabulous book. Killing Joke and Other Stories. No, I don't think so.
It's the follow-up to the first DC Finest Batman.
Okay.
That's the other stories, and like Son of the Demon, I think, is also in that Finest as well.
Okay. Dr. Fate by JMD Mateus. I will definitely get that.
Get it on it's $29.99 so for the pre-order up on Amazon, but yeah, it went up to Penguin Random House now has it at $59.99, and when solicitations come out, they'll bump the price up as well. So
okay, so start over. Amazon has it at pre-order for $29.
Amazon has it at $29.99 at the moment. But if you go to Penguin Random House, you will see that the price is at what it's supposed to be at $59.99. It's cool that it's one of those like bigger compendium size trade paperbacks, but also like, oh man.
Okay, everybody. You heard it here first on OmniBros, courtesy of Dom of X. Here's a price challenge, a price goof that you can take advantage of on the Amazon website. Injustice, Looney Tunes, that catch that Wascally Wabbit. Nightwing. Oh, Space Uzagi. Oh, limited edition. Strange Academy Omnibus. Yes. 100% yes. Okay. There's the
that's the omnibus we were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Superman Death and Return of Superman Compendium. Superman dies and comes back. That's all you need to know. Fantastic Four reprint, Legion of Superheroes, The Curse Deluxe. I think I already have that. Zombiotes, Venomous. Okay, nobody asked for that. Whoa, wait. Lazarus, the fourth collection.
This is the second to last one, according to Greg Rucka on Blue Sky.
Holy guacamole, we're getting a new Lazarus? That's awesome. That is awesome. I will definitely upgrade to Absolute Superman Red Sun. I have the deluxe, which is still out of print, but I will upgrade. Love that story. Oh, this is the Tom King one. Jenny Spark trade paperback.
Also after the May ones, yes, I do need to head out.
Okay. Superman Rise of the Superwoman. I will totally get that. Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko. Wolverine Volume 6. Wow.
I know.
Here's something good. Wonder Woman by Greg Rucka Omnibus. And we are done with May. There we go. Go to comic releases to continue all that interesting stuff. I will stay on to finish the comments, but Dom of X, thank you for being a guest on here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You can find him at comicreleases.com. You can find him at Dom of X YouTube channel. I will put that in the there's comic releases, and there's Dom of X YouTube channel. He has there's his Blue Sky. Oh, and there's his Twitch.
Playing Marvel Rivals on Twitch now. So
did you do that last night?
I did, and yeah, I got like 20 viewers yesterday. So
that's cool. Yeah, watch him play Marvel Rivals. I might tune in on that. Text me next time you're going on.
I will.
and I'll try and figure out how to. Oh, I have to get the Twitch app or something, or can I just go to Twitch?
Oh, you can go to Twitch and watch it. Just turn off your ad blocker.
Okay. I totally want to see that because I want to see the game.
All right.
And I want to see you use Jeff the Shark to eat everybody.
I agree.
Okay, yeah, please definitely text me next time you're going to do it.
Will do. But thank you for having me on. Have a good night, guys.
Okay, thanks, Dom. Good to see you. Okay, let me read what I missed. She won the belt. Dom, she cashed it in. I was watching Nyx. She cashed in on Nia Jax and pinned her for the title. I should have been having that on in the background, but good for Tiffy. It's a good question. Is Tiffy face now? I know the answer between face and face and heels. Face and heels. Oh, I got a new book today, Batman and the Definitive History. Not as big as the Superman book, but still amazing. I need to get that book, Kenny. Chris Balga showed it, I think last Friday, and that Batman book looks amazing. I need to get that. Thank you for saying that. Kane is into Doom FF 2099. Yeah, baby. The crowd popped for her cashing in and winning. That's good. They popped for her. I understand wrestling terms. Yeah, it's getting late for me too, Alex. Thank you for being here. That is a very recent book for DC Standards. Standards is being nice. This is not a book anybody asked for. And it's got Harley in it, and I don't even know if I'm going to get that. I'm going to get a crypto stuffed animal as soon as they make one and pretend it's for my kids. Great idea. I can add that to my menagerie here that features Jeff the Shark. Great. And pretend it's for your kids. That's awesome. Right, Harvey? Who asked for this Omni? Nobody. That's crazy. No, yeah, DC's coming back hard. You're exactly right, Rami. They're doing a lot of stuff. This is a link to the Bezos website for you to get an exclusive mistake if you're interested in that. You need to pre-order it right now. I pre-ordered Dr. Fate for the discount on Amazon. The same thing happened with the upcoming Green Arrow Omni. Nice. Maybe they're doing Strikeforce Morituri to help out Peter Gillis's family. He passed away last June. He had some decent comics. Shatter, Warp, Gamma Rodders. No, I can't. I love you though, Harvey. There's comic releases, which we just had a big screening of. Great site. Matt, thank you for being here. Dama Bex is everything. Go Dodgers. Jess, how did they get away with ripping off the land shark? I don't know. He's very cute, but I don't know. This seems like a good time for me to talk about InStockTrades.com, our fabulous sponsor, where you can get books from 30% up to possibly 60 or 7%. I would go to check to see what the status of some of those Micronauts and ROM titles are if you want to get them cheap. IST is the place to get your discounted books, where you can also take advantage of your loyalty discount of 2% off. This is a new month, so we will be giving away at some point a free $50 gift card worth $50 of credit at IST. Doc Elevator in the chat won it last Monday. A lot of names in that pool, but Doc Elevator came out triumphant. $50 or more in an order will get you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Yeah. Okay, right on. Yeah, totally. I agree. That's a callback to one of the early seasons, the first season of Saturday Night Live. Well, it's time for me to go. Thank you for watching Omnibros Live. We actually got to the topic and we discussed nothing but comics on this. We touched a little bit on In and Out, but that's it. So this was a comic heavy episode, and we're so glad you could watch. Omnibros Live will be back on Monday with Hall's previews and reads. I will be on tomorrow night with Taylor Talks Comics at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Batterdays in the Batcave. And I just put up a new video of my Black Friday haul, unboxing and haul, because it came back. I'm sorry, it came a little bit late. And so the video's late, like a long time ago. So peace and love to everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This is, of course, has been as always as much fun as it always is. I don't know why I use the word always twice, but it's always great fun talking to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Peace and love. That's awesome. Thank you, Javi. Did I show this? Thank you.